Okay, so normally I do card game videos like Marvel Snap videos, especially on my card game channel, Card Kage. Link in the description below. Please check it out if you haven't already. But today I decided I'd do like a quick review slash first impressions of Ikari, which is the new card in Marvel Snap that you can get as of recording this by doing the game mode. Sanctum Showdown Surge. It's basically like your take on Sanctum Showdown. I'm just going to go ahead and collect this real quick as I do. But yeah, let's get back to the card. Okay. This card says you can only play this where an enemy is afflicted with negative power. Okay. That's what it said, plain and simple. It's a 412. So this would ideally go in an infliction deck. Okay, I'm going to talk about two types of decks that I'd actually consider putting this card in. Okay, the first deck is oddly enough the type that it's low-key meant for, which is going to be your basic deck where, affliction is a thing. Like you'd add stuff that inflict the enemy. Like, do we have any of that stuff on board just so I could show you guys? Like Spider Woman. Yeah, Spider Woman is the perfect example. To afflict the enemy with -1 cost. And, we have other affliction cards that exist and what have you. Ooh, a perfect example of an affliction card probably would be Celine. Okay? Celine actually afflicts the lowest power card in hand with -3 power. So, presumably, if they play that card, you'll be able to then play. So, that's a good example. And then the other cards that inflict, such as Man Thing, I believe is what he's called, who he called, the name of him. Yeah. And then see Man Thing inflicts, which is good. It's good. It's all fine. It's all dandy. Okay. And then what you do is you get to play Ikari. Now, see, it says enemy is inflicted. So cards like Typhoid Mary that inflict your cards won't really help you at all. So there's no way to cheat him out in that regard. But there is a way to cheat him out, if you will, which is the second type of deck that I'd want him in, okay? And the second type of deck that I'd want him in is a nightmare deck. Yes, a nightmare deck, okay? Nightmare says on reveal, replace the text of each card in your hand with text from a random card of the same cost, okay? So that means that Nightmare is more or less definitely replacing Ikari, okay? Ikari with a thing, okay? Because if I'm being honest, I'd lean more towards a Nightmare deck only because Luke Cage is a card, okay? and Luke Cage is ongoing, your cards can't have their power reduced. So if my opponent does indeed play a Luke Cage on 3, then my Ikari is useless. Or if they play an Luke Cage on turn 6 and have priority before I can play Ikari, well, I get technically the game would still see negative power, so I get turn 6 is okay. But still, it really sucks because it literally means one card can ruin my whole game plan. Because Ikari doesn't say inflict any, any character inflicted with power. It says it can only be played where an enemy is inflicted with negative power. And if they have Luke Cage, they're not inflicted with negative power. Now, alternatively, you could play him in a War Machine deck. Yes. Alternatively, you could indeed play him in a War Machine deck, which would be interesting, I would say. Yeah, that would be pretty interesting. You could play him in the War Machine deck, and it said nothing can stop you from playing cards anywhere. Presumably, that also works with him. I could be wrong, but that is how War Machine works, right, guys? I'm not just totally bonkers off my rocker a bit or anything. Also, I didn't know I had this Valka variant. Interesting. Interesting. I have a lot of Valka variants. There's a Chibi Valka. There's this Valka variant, which, wait, this Valka variant cost? Oh, Pride variant. Okay. And then we have this Valka variant with Stephanie, I guess. Okay. And then we have this Valka variant. And then, of course, we have this Valka variant. Oh, Valka. I keep saying Valka from a different game, but I mean Valkyrie. Yeah, I mean Valkyrie. Okay. Okay, but yeah, I digress. What do you guys think about this card? I mean, I would ask if you guys are going to play the limited time game mode for this card, but I don't see why you wouldn't. I don't see in what universe somebody wouldn't play the limited time game mode, or at the very least, you know, pay for the thing, because you can pay 800 gold and get the premium pass, which includes all the way up to this for free. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool, right? Right. Right. But the variant, which I'll be honest, the variant looks low-key pretty cool, but not I'm not sure. I'm not sold on the card yet, if I'm being honest. I mean, if I played cards based on variants alone, I'd be playing a lot of cards in this game regularly because of the fact that they have good variants. But with that said, I do play a lot of cards in this game regularly. So who knows? Maybe I am swayed by the variants. Let me know, are you swayed by this variant? Let me know, comment section below. And with that said, I will catch you guys in the future. Later.